now. So the first card you have for your past is the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm actually seeing someone who could have been trying to maybe hold something back from you. This is something that was on their mind. I'm actually seeing this person wanting to keep this quiet from a lot of people at this time. This is what that was on their mind. And I think eventually they might be confiding in you or sharing whatever this is with you. Excuse me. And this person really trusts you. They see you as someone who's a good listener, maybe a nurturing, caring person like this beautiful queen. I am feeling a little bit of awkwardness around this, actually. They might actually put you in an awkward position when they tell you this information. I am seeing you kind of sitting on this information. You know, when they tell you you're going to be sitting on this and just feeling a little bit on edge about it. It's like, I know this, I can't say anything about it. I wish I wasn't in this position, but I know this now. So, you know, I think after they tell you this, things are going to definitely feel a bit better for them. They're going to offload this to you, but things won't be feeling better for you, because you'll probably be a bit burdened by this information. I'm just getting this feeling of you wanting to drop something that's quite heavy, if that makes sense, because I'm just looking at this queen, looking at this coin. And it's a great big huge coin. It's not a normal size coin. And I imagine this being really big and heavy. So she's a caring person. She's holding this information. She has it because someone who trusts her and who she cares about has given her this information. But now that she has it, it's big, it's heavy, and she can't focus anywhere else because she has this great big burden and she's focusing on it. So that's what I'm seeing is happening in this. And I think that's what's going to happen to you. I think at this time, this person is just thinking about this thing, thinking about offloading it to you, and they will eventually do this. Now, I think, you know, you'd never betray this person's trust, I think, and that's probably one of the reasons why they're going to be telling you this. And you care about them. That's all over this card, this caring, this loving, this nurturing. And I think part of you is probably going to be feeling happy that they felt able to confide in you with this information, but another part of you might even be wishing that you didn't know this. There's a lot of awkwardness around this. Sorry, I'm stumbling my words and stuttering a bit because it's very awkward, it's very difficult. It's like kind, caring on one hand and really awkward and difficult on the other hand. So it's kind of, yeah, it's quite difficult for me to kind of articulate that to you, but I'm trying my best. I think this situation is going to resolve itself eventually. I think whatever this is going to come to light in some other way that isn't going to involve you. So you won't have to worry about keeping this to yourself any longer, because I think it's all going to come out and I think it's going to be resolved and it's going to be okay. But until that happens, I think things are going to feel quite awkward for you for a while and quite difficult. That's what I'm seeing. So the next card you have your past is the Sun. And yeah, this is a beautiful positive card. I'm actually seeing not caring anymore, or kind of being past caring. It's like, I'm free from all this worry, I'm free from all this care, I'm just letting this go. I had this big problem, not the burden I was seeing in the Queen of Pentacles, this is something else. And then you just decided, oh, I'm just going to really make an effort to let this go. I'm not going to hold on to this anymore. And it's like, yeah, this is something you decided. I'm seeing that. You decided it. You decided to just try not to care as much anymore. It was like a conscious decision. You said, right, I am going to make sure I don't carry this around with me anymore. And you wanted to just put this out of your mind and you wanted to concentrate on other things, more positive things, which is a really good thing. And I hope this is going to make sense, but there has been a situation that's been really bothering you for a long time. I think someone might have really hurt you and you might have been carrying around a lot of this hurt for a long, long time. And I think then at this time you just said, it's not like you were letting this go, because I think there's still some unfinished business around this, something that still might not have been resolved. but I'm getting this feeling of your mind being determined to not let this situation get any worse, and you didn't want the situation to kind of leak into every other area of your life either. That's what I'm seeing. I think that maybe for a long time you might have had this person who hurt you on your mind. I'm just seeing you sort of saying, one day saying, right, I'm going to try to compartmentalize this, if that makes sense. I'm going to try to only think about this when I have to. I'm putting it in that box over there. When I need to open it, I will open it, think about that. But otherwise, I'm closing the box and I'm going to think of everything else. Now, I think, yes, there are going to be times where you can't obviously do that, but making an effort to do that, I think, is really going to help you to move away from that hurt. And you are going to be free of this. This is all going to come to an end. So you are moving away from it and you are going to be free of all of this hurt I am seeing. You might have already, because this is in the past. But yeah, this child on this horse has broken through a wall. So there is going to be some kind of breakthrough around this as well. And then you'll feel free, like this child who's kind of smiling and sitting on a horse. I just got this feeling that this might only resonate with some people, but you might have thought that this situation was, or this feeling, this horrible hurt that you had, would never end, never go away. It's like the sun's always there. It always rises every single day. So we always see the fullness of the sun as well. Unlike the moon, we don't see the fullness of the moon every night. So you could have had this feeling that, just as the sun rises every single day, I'm going to have this hurt and this problem and this terrible thing every single day. And it would be there every day. I just want to tell you that it won't be there every day if you are feeling like this. There is going to be a breakthrough around this. And what's going to start taking you closer to that breakthrough is your conscious decision to move away from that and put your mind onto more positive things. That's what I'm seeing. I hope that makes sense. So the last card you have for your past is the Emperor. So yes, determination, a conscious decision, making sure you are doing, your mind is controlling it, saying, right, I am determined, I'm going to do this, and this is what I'm going to do. And that's what the Emperor is all about. So yeah, this is this outlook. You're forcing yourself to have this outlook. It's like you were saying, I am not going to let this stress continue into this year. Last year, I had a terrible year. This year, it's going to change. And you couldn't actually change the circumstances. You couldn't force all of your circumstances to change, but you could try to force your attitude to change, and your feelings around the attitude gradually were going to change because of this this change and this determination you're making in your mind. And if you're still going through this change in attitude, of course there are going to be times where this is going to work and times where it won't always work. You're going to fall down a few times and you're going to feel bad a few times and you're going to go back and start thinking about this person again. That's normal, that's natural. That doesn't mean you're going backwards. It just means that you're kind of decompressing all those feelings. It's like, when you let something out of a tire, if you let gas out, it kind of comes out, comes seeping out, and then you put the plug on again, then you take it out and it comes out again. It's that kind of thing. So when you let these bad feelings out, that means you're letting them go, and it's not going to feel happy 24 hours a day all the time. You're going to have these feelings. That's all it is. So please don't be stressed about this. Please don't be upset and think that you're going backwards, because you're not going backwards. And yes, you're going to get this breakthrough. So just remember that if you are having these bad times, just remember this breakthrough's coming. This breakthrough's coming. I'm getting toward it. Every day that goes past is getting me closer to that day. The other thing I'm seeing in this card is this person who hurt you. I think, they were a really strong force in your life at one time, like this Emperor. I think, I don't know if this is going to make sense. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. I think they might be going a bit quiet for a while, maybe on social media, maybe everywhere else. I think they're just going to be keeping their head down for a while. They're not going to be saying much to anyone else about their life, to anyone, especially in public. This might sound a bit strange, but I think they might be keeping quiet because of something around money. Now, I don't know what situation went on between you, whether you owed them money, they owed you. I don't think you owed them. I think it was them owing you. It was something like that. There was some situation around money and something about keeping quiet around money for some reason. That's what I'm seeing them doing. They're keeping quiet, they're keeping their head down, and there's a financial reason why that is. That's what I'm seeing. I don't know if that makes any sense to you. I just hope that helps someone or makes someone think about something about that or realize that. Okay, so I'll just move on. The next, the first card you have for your present is the Two of Swords. So yes, if this is all resonating with you, this situation around hiding money or keeping quiet around money, if this is giving you a kind of oh, that's what that is, and you're and this is all resonating, don't ignore this. I think your instincts might be telling you something's up, because whoever this is has always been quite vocal in a way. I think this is someone who makes their presence known even when they're not physically around people. Maybe they're on social media a lot. Maybe they're just loud. Maybe they talk to a lot of people. Maybe they have a lot of friends or something. And then, if that makes sense. So I can see why when they suddenly go quiet, your instincts might go on alert. And the woman on this card's blindfolded. Her arms are making a cross in front of her. She's saying no. So she's in denial about something. She's blindfolded. She's refusing to see something. And I'm not saying you're like this, but I think this might be a warning telling you that if your instincts are on alert, because of a sudden change in their behavior, don't ignore it. Don't be like this woman. Try to investigate what's going on. If you can't do that, at least keep your eyes opened and see what's happening if this is resonating with you. At least be on alert. At least be aware of this. And I don't want to worry you, but again, someone's hiding something around money. That's what I'm getting. Someone's hiding something around money. Whoever this is could be keeping secrets, not only from you, but I think from other people as well, maybe. And I just saw that. There might be people relying on them as well, and they might be hiding things from these people who are relying on them as well, pretending that they have less than they have, or pretending that they don't have something. It's something like that. I'm not sure exactly what that means. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, the next card you have, your present, is the King of Swords. Yeah, I'm seeing another situation in this. I'm seeing you changing your mind. You were going along one way and now you're kind of turning around and going in the opposite direction. This might have something to do with a person who you're starting to get to know. This might be a friend, someone who you started talking to a lot. And I think maybe then you realized that they're not actually the kind of person you want around you. So I think your instincts were kicking in. I think your instincts were telling you to kind of back away from someone before you actually got in too deeply with them. I know this sounds a bit negative, but it's actually positive. I'm actually seeing this person saying something to you that's maybe teasing. Maybe it's something a little bit, might have been bordering on sneering even, shady comments, something like that. Maybe even bordering on light bullying, something like that. And it's the kind of thing where if you call them up on it, if you said, "What are you saying to me?" Don't say that. You say, "Oh, I was only joking. It was just a little thing. It wasn't anything." It's that kind of behavior. And that's the kind of thing I'm seeing. And I think, because you had this determination in the Sun card, you're like, "I'm just going to not deal with this anymore. I'm determined to be happy. I'm not going to let anything get in the way of that." I think this is what you're deciding to do with this person. You're a busy person. You only have a limited amount of time to yourself, and you want to spend that limited time around people who are supportive and make you feel good. You just don't need to feel dragged down or kind of negative in any way. So, I think you probably also still have this unfinished thing going on that I was seeing in the Sun card as well. So you're going to have to keep on building up your confidence and to kind of get yourself to that breakthrough. And I think this person, obviously, so-called friend or whoever this is, obviously wasn't helping you to do that or isn't helping you to do that. And I think this is another conscious choice that I'm seeing you make. It might sound brutal doing this, and I have a lot of people in my comments saying, you're telling people to cut yourself off from people and not talk to people. No, I'm not telling people to do anything. I'm just seeing the situation where someone's being quite nasty, sneering, shady, not nice, and that's not the sort of person I would want to be around, and I would be happy to get myself away from someone like that. So that's a positive thing to get yourself away from someone who is like that, to my mind. And that's what I'm seeing here. I'm not saying anything, I'm not making up anything, this is what I'm seeing. So yes, this is what you're going to do. And it's not brutal, it's not bad, it's not terrible. I think this is necessary for you to do this. This is going to help you to build up your strength, build up your confidence. And you're not cutting everybody out. It's just this one person who you really don't need around you. That's what I'm seeing. The last card you have for your present is the Ten of Cups. So this is positive. This is a sort of hard-lined, conscious stand that you're taking against any negativity in your life, and this is what it brings you. This is what it brings you. It brings you beautiful rainbows, 10 of Cups. Because once you cut out all of the negative, all of the rubbish out, it leaves room for this kind of thing. You see, it's positive. So I'm just looking at the rainbow on this card, and rainbows obviously appear after rain. So yes, you went through a horrible time last year. That's what I was seeing in the Sun card, this negative person that you were trying to kind of clear out of your mind. So you went through a horrible time last year, and maybe even the year before you had some horrible times. I'm seeing ups and downs, heartbreaks, all of that thing. Not just for you, but for someone else. I think maybe someone else around you, maybe someone who was related to you, someone who you could have been sheltering or protecting, because sometimes rainbows to me form an arch and they mean protection to me. So yeah, this is reflecting the Sun card. Rainbows can be about promise. So this is a promise of a breakthrough that's going to come to you. And if it hasn't already, because that was in the past, but I'm seeing that probably hasn't happened yet because this is the promise. So yeah, this is going to be finished. You're going to get this breakthrough and you're going to get a result. It's going to be a very positive result. It might not be the exact result that you had in your head that you wanted. It is going to be a positive result, and you are going to be feeling very content. Now, contentedness sometimes can sound a bit boring to some people, but I think to you, after the year you've had last year, contentedness is going to feel very good for you. Sitting down with no stress around you feels fantastic to you. That's what I'm seeing in this card. So this is exactly what you're going to need, this contentedness. So the first card you have for your future is the Ten of Pentacles.